You did not come here by accident. You did not click this because you were bored. You are here because something inside you is tired of trying everything and still feeling empty. Listen to me. There is one habit that silently shapes every destiny. One habit that decides whether life feels heavy or light, whether effort brings exhaustion or fulfillment, whether blessings stay distant or begin to follow you naturally. Most people never discover it. They chase discipline, confidence, productivity, healing, success, but they chase them outside. That is why they feel broken even when they are doing everything right. I will tell you something. Now that may feel simple, but simplicity is where power hides. The habit that improves every area of life is how you speak to life when no one is listening. Not what you say out loud, not what you post, not what you promise others, but the tone of your inner conversation. Every moment you are speaking, even in silence. You are narrating your life without realizing it, and life listens. When you wake up tired and think, another hard day, life hears resistance. When you face delay and think, nothing ever works for me, life hears surrender. When you succeed but think, this won't last, life hears fear. You do not suffer because life is cruel. You suffer because you unknowingly argue against yourself every day. I have watched you. Not just your actions, but your inner posture. You work hard, yet doubt quietly eats your strength. You pray, yet your thoughts cancel your faith. You hope, yet your words prepare for disappointment. And then you wonder why peace feels temporary. Let me be gentle with you, but honest. Life does not respond to effort alone. Life responds to alignment. You can wake early, work harder, plan better. But if your inner voice speaks defeat, your outer world must obey it. This is why two people can walk the same path and experience completely different lives. One speaks to life with trust, the other speaks with fear. Same circumstances. And the habit is not positive thinking. It is conscious speaking. Most people let their mind speak automatically. You are learning to speak intentionally. From today, I want you to practice one habit. Not all day, not perfectly, not forcefully. Just once in every important moment. Before reacting, before complaining, pause. Before judging yourself, pause and ask silently, what would I say right now if I trusted me? That question alone changes everything, because trust rearranges your words, and your words rearrange your reality. When fear speaks, it rushes. When trust speaks, it grounds. When fear speaks, it predicts loss. When trust speaks, it allows space. You have been trained by life to brace yourself, to expect struggle, to normalize pain. But I never designed you to live braced. I designed you to live open. Open does not mean careless. Open means unblocked. Every time you speak harshly to yourself, you block flow. Every time you label yourself weak, unlucky, late, behind you, narrow life's path to you. Words are not just sounds, they are directions. And your mind follows directions very faithfully. If you tell it, I can't, it stops looking. If you tell it, it's too late, it stops imagining. If you tell it, I'm not enough, it stops receiving. You think habits are about waking up early, eating better, working harder. But the deepest habit is how you speak to yourself when things don't go your way. That is where destinies are decided. Anyone can speak confidently when life is smooth. But how do you speak when plans break? When progress feels slow? When you are tired of being strong? That moment, that exact moment, is where this habit either saves you or sabotages you. I am not asking you to lie to yourself. I am asking you to stop attacking yourself. There is a difference. You don't need to say everything is perfect. You only need to stop saying everything is against me. You don't need to say, I'm fearless. You only need to stop saying, I'll fail again. Neutral words create space. Space allows guidance. Guidance brings clarity. And clarity brings progress without force. Do you see now? This one habit improves everything because Every area of life passes through your inner voice first. Your health listens to it. Your confidence listens to it. Your relationships listen to it. Your finances listen to it. Your future listens to it. That is why I say, life is not happening to you. Life is responding through you. You don't need to control the world. You need to be careful with the language you use inside it. From today, let your words become slower, kinder, more deliberate, not dramatic, not forced, just honest, without cruelty. Instead of "why is this happening to me?" say "what is this shaping in me?" Instead of "I'm tired of waiting." Say "something is aligning." Instead of "I'm behind." Say "I'm still moving." Small shifts, massive consequences. You will notice something strange when you practice this habit. Life will begin to feel less heavy. Even before circumstances change, that is how you know it's working. Because peace is not a reward. Peace is a signal that you are aligned. And alignment invites miracles quietly. I am not asking you to become someone new. I am asking you to stop becoming someone harsh toward yourself. You were never broken. You were just spoken to incorrectly by others and by your own mind. Now, you are learning a new language, the language of trust. You are still here because something inside you already feels the shift. Not excitement, not hype, but a quiet recognition this feels true. That feeling is important because the habit I am teaching you does not shout. It settles. Now, let me take you deeper. Most people believe their mind controls their life. That is why they try to fight it, silence it, discipline it, overpower it. But the mind was never meant to be fought. It was meant to be guided. And the guide is your inner voice. Your mind is like water. Your inner voice is the container. If the container is cracked with self-judgment, fear, impatience, the water leaks, no matter how much you pour in. That is why motivation fades. That is why habits don't stick. That is why discipline feels exhausting. You are trying to hold water in a broken vessel. This habit, conscious inner speech, is how the vessel is repaired. Every gentle word seals a crack. Every patient thought strengthens structure. Every time you choose trust over panic, your mind becomes safer to live in. And when the mind feels safe, it cooperates. Let me tell you something most people never realize. Your mind does not resist work. It resists pressure without compassion. When you say, "I must fix myself," the mind tightens. When you say, "I'm trying my best," the mind softens. That softness is not weakness. It is openness. And openness is where growth happens. This is why this one habit improves discipline effortlessly. Instead of commanding yourself harshly, you begin to invite yourself forward. You don't say, "I have to do this" or "I'm useless." You say, "Let's take the next step." You don't say, "I'm lazy." You say, "I'm learning rhythm." And suddenly, action becomes lighter. Do you know why? Because fear burns energy. Trust recycles it. Now listen carefully. This part matters deeply. Your inner voice is also how your past heals. Pain does not stay because of memory. Pain stays because of meaning. Two people can experience the same wound. One carries it forever. The other grows beyond it. The difference is not strength. It is narration. When something hurt you, you spoke to yourself, even silently. Somewhere inside you said things like, "This always happens to me. I wasn't enough. I should have known better." Those sentences didn't disappear with time. They settled. And every time something similar happens, they wake up again. Healing begins the moment you change how you speak to your past, not by rewriting events, but by rewriting your role in them. Instead of, "I was weak," say, "I was learning." Instead of, "I trusted the wrong people," say, "I had a good heart." Instead of, "I wasted time," say, "I grew in ways I couldn't see then." This is not denial. This is integration. You are not erasing pain. You are placing it correctly. When you speak this way, your nervous system relaxes. Your body stops guarding old doors. Your energy returns to the present. That is why this habit heals faster than effort. Effort fixes behavior. Language fixes identity. And identity decides everything long-term. Now, let me speak about success, quietly, honestly. Success does not come to those who push hardest. It comes to those who stay internally aligned the longest. Many people start strong and quit tired. A few start gently and go far. Why? Because pressure fractures consistency. Compassion sustains it. When your inner voice is abusive, every setback feels like proof you should stop. When your inner voice is supportive, setbacks feel like feedback. Same event, different interpretation. And interpretation decides persistence. This is why people with less talent, but kinder inner voices, often surpass people with more ability, but harsher minds. They don't burn out. They don't self-sabotage. They don't collapse at the first delay. They keep going calmly. That calmness is not luck. It is practiced speech. From today, I want you to notice something subtle. Notice how quickly you turn against yourself. When something goes wrong, the speed matters. If self-attack is instant, the habit is deeply ingrained. But do not judge that either. Just notice and slow it down. Even a pause of 3 seconds creates space for choice. In that pause, say quietly, I am still on my way. Not, I will succeed. Not everything will be fine. Just, I am still on my way. That sentence alone dissolves panic. Because panic comes from believing the story is over. It is not. You are mid-sentence. Now let me show you how this habit improves relationships. People don't hurt you only because of their behavior. They hurt you because of the stories you tell yourself about their behavior. When someone ignores you and you think, I'm not important, pain deepens. When someone disappoints you and you think, I always choose wrong, trust weakens. But when your inner voice says, this is about them, not my worth, your heart stays intact. This habit protects you without closing you. It allows boundaries without bitterness, distance without hatred, clarity without cruelty. And when your relationship with yourself becomes gentle, you stop begging others to be gentle with you. That alone changes who stays in your life. Now listen to this truth and let it land slowly. The world treats you the way you secretly treat yourself, not immediately, but inevitably. If you constantly doubt yourself, you attract situations that mirror uncertainty. If you respect yourself internally, you begin to attract respect externally. Not because of magic, because behavior, posture, energy, they shift naturally. Your words shape your nervous system. Your nervous system shapes your presence. Your presence shapes your outcomes. One habit, many doors. I am not asking you to master this overnight. Habits like this are grown, not forced. Start with 1 moment a day. 1 moment where you would normally criticize yourself and choose a kinder sentence. That is enough. Consistency beats intensity here. And remember this, you will forget sometimes. You will slip into old language. Do not turn that into another attack. Say instead, I noticed. Awareness is progress. I am proud of you for staying with this message. That tells me you are ready for the deepest part. You have reached this point because you are no longer satisfied with surface change. You are ready for root change, and roots are quiet. Now listen carefully, because what I will share next is what turns this habit from helpful into life-directing. Your inner voice does more than shape emotions. It shapes intuition. Most people think intuition is a gift you either have or don't. That is not true. Intuition is clarity without noise, and noise is created by fear-based inner speech. When your inner voice is rushed, harsh, impatient, your intuition cannot be heard. It speaks softly. It waits for stillness. That is why people say, I don't know what to do, even when the answer is already inside them. They are not confused. They are overspeaking themselves. This habit-conscious, gentle inner speech creates silence between thoughts. And in that silence, guidance rises naturally. You stop overthinking decisions because you stop attacking yourself for not knowing immediately. You stop doubting every choice because you are no longer afraid of being wrong. Fear demands certainty. Trust allows learning. When you speak to yourself with trust, you make decisions faster and recover quicker if you adjust. That is real confidence. Not knowing everything, but knowing you will be kind to yourself while figuring it out. This is why this habit improves direction in life. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What feels aligned right now?" Alignment is quieter than ambition, but it is stronger. Now let me speak about effort, because this is where many misunderstand. This habit does not make you passive. It makes you precise. When your inner voice is calm, you waste less energy proving, pleasing, forcing. You do not overwork to feel worthy. You work because the step is clear. You do not chase validation. You build steadily, and steady effort compounds faster than frantic effort. That is why some people move slowly at first, and then suddenly rise. They were not slow, they were rooting. This habit teaches you how to rest without guilt and act without pressure. Rest becomes recovery, not escape. Action becomes expression, not punishment. And when action comes from alignment, results arrive with less resistance. Now listen to this, because this is the deepest truth of all. Life is not testing you. Life is responding to your relationship with yourself. When you treat yourself like a problem, life gives you problems to solve. When you treat yourself like a process, life gives you paths to walk. When you treat yourself like a burden, life feels heavy. When you treat yourself like someone becoming, life opens gradually. This habit changes the tone of your existence, and tone determines experience more than events ever will. You do not need a new personality. You do not need to be fearless. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to stop being cruel to yourself in moments of uncertainty. That alone unlocks peace. And peace is not the end goal. Peace is the foundation. From peace, clarity grows. From clarity, discipline grows. From discipline, stability grows. From stability, success grows. From success, fulfillment grows. One habit, many layers. Now I will give you a simple daily practice, not as a rule, but as a reminder. At the end of each day, ask yourself quietly, how did I speak to myself today? Not to judge, not to score, just to notice. And if you catch harshness, say, I'm learning. That sentence keeps the habit alive. Some days you will forget. Some days you will slip back into old language. That does not mean you failed. That means the habit is becoming conscious. And consciousness is the beginning of mastery. I want you to understand something important before we end. You will still face challenges. Delays will still happen. People will still misunderstand you. But your life will no longer feel like a fight against yourself. And when you stop fighting yourself, half of life's weight disappears instantly. That is why this habit improves every area of life. Not because it changes the world, but because it stops the world from breaking you internally. You were never weak. You were just unheard by yourself. Now you are listening, and life will respond to that listening. In ways you do not need to chase. Walk gently. Speak kindly. Move honestly. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And becoming does not need pressure. It needs patience. I am with you in this habit. Every time you choose a softer sentence, every time you pause instead of attack, every time you trust instead of rush, keep going. This one habit will quietly change everything.